Hello for another Monday live stream. How you guys doing? All right, today I thought I would do just another, you guys all know how much I love Luigi's designs, so I thought I'd do another one. This one's really fun. Kind of reminds me of the guy on Incredibles 2. I really like it, so I thought I'd model that guy up. Let's see. Just gotta share my stuff as usual. Let's see. And done. All right. Hey Ryan, how you doing? Hey Neil. How's it going? All right. So first of all, can you guys hear a little bit of music? You guys hear that? Is it too... Just wondering how loud it is. I found some pretty fun copyright-free music. Let me know if it's too annoying. I can shut it down or go lower on it. Hey Tom, how's it going? Hey Tom, I just have to say my son saw your leprechaun. He's like, ooh, that is good. Levels are good? Okay, awesome. All right, well, yeah, let me know. Hey Chris, how you doing? Okay. Get this party started. Oh, thanks, Tom. Hey, Gambit. Looks like we don't have Facebook chat going yet. Hopefully it pops in. Hey, me. Oh, you took a few hours yesterday to do the Saturday morning cartoon challenge. Awesome. For those of you who don't know what that is, right now I'm doing a, well, now and forever, I guess. I'm doing a stylized character, or sorry, Saturday morning cartoon blockout challenge for my students. And it's where you guys tell me, my students are in here, some of them. I feel like it's going super duper well. Students are loving it. And we just added another, what a 3-hour Q&A session yesterday to it. So that's a total of more than 6 hours of brand new training since last week, 2 weeks ago. So, hey George. Okay, so let's get this guy going. Hey Alex. All right. From Chile. Hello. This guy's got a really fun, funky forehead. No worries, Ryan. Like I said, it's a weekly challenge, but you can kind of start it whenever you want, you know? I almost want to make this guy's head one shape because it's so just kind of a blurb. I think I will. I'm going to hide this. Sometimes I change my mind midstream, and that's okay. Decide if that's what I want to do, actually. I'm looking at that swoop going from his forehead to his face. You know, I'm gonna undo that. Man, I can't make up my mind today. Wow. All right, it's gonna be one of those days. How do you duplicate? Just by dragging down? Well, it duplicates whatever is showing. So for example, like these two shapes are showing, it's gonna duplicate both of them. But if you hold down Control and tap on an object, and then if you hold Control and you tap on one of these arrows, it will drag a new copy of that in the direction that you push it. I did, Neil. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And I just barely finished doing an Industry Pro interview with Jimmy. So I'm hoping to get that edited and added to the course soon. Jimmy's fantastic, and he always drops by here. Not always, but he'll occasionally drop by the stream and say hello. He's a great guy. No problem, Drone. All right. Hey, HD, I'm doing well, thanks. A very square jaw. Thanks. So I found this music. I watched this YouTube channel from this guy. He's actually, I just found out recently, he's a guy from Utah named Harris Heller. And you can just find it on Spotify. He's got these playlists that are copyright-free playlists in different genres. And this is his synth wave, which I really like. And he has a channel called Alpha Gaming, where he talks about YouTube videos and Twitch streaming and all sorts of stuff. So I like his content. Hey, Eamon. Yeah, I can't beat the synth. You know, the theme for this month is subtractive sculpting. And I just can't bring myself to do it. I don't know why. But I think I just know the struggle I would have trying to do it. And I have nothing but respect for the masters that used to do subtractive sculpting, like out of wood and marble and all that kind of stuff. But just the thought of it alone just scares me to death. You know, there's a story about some synth wave, and it's actually Luigi who kind of turned me onto it. He turned me on to a band called The Midnight, and it's like total synth wave. Yeah, I was thinking about doing some subtractive sculpting. I was thinking about, you know, because ice sculpture is subtractive sculpting. You just take a block of ice and cut away everything that isn't the thing that you're trying to sculpt, you know. And you can't really add ice. I mean, you can, but for the most part, you just take it away. And just the idea of that, and the idea of doing it live in front of people and just failing miserably doesn't sound too appealing to me. Oh, did I turn the intensity down? Is that why it's just acting strangely? Okay. But Harris Heller himself is a musician. And so he wanted to figure out a way to combine what he does as a musician with what he does as a YouTube and streamer. And the dude's brilliant. He came up with this idea of making a copyright-free music channel on Spotify, and then he gets the residuals from Spotify by people playing it on their streams. And what he did is he made a whole bunch of his own music, but then he also hired a bunch of musicians to make yeah, we're talking about Harris Heller. That's the music we're listening to. Anyway, he hired a bunch of musicians to make some copyright-free music to go on his channels. Super cool stuff. Yeah, now he's he's extremely successful. He's doing really well for himself, and makes me happy. This is such a weird shaped head. I love it. That's a good way of putting it. Swarthy looking chap. Yeah, he's got hair to be jealous of. That's for sure. Did I finish the contour? I did. Did you guys see it? Here, I'll open it back up. Except transparency's turned on, so it'll look weird. Hello. Oh, that's funny. There you go. This is how he ended up. Turn on perspective. Yeah, hello, teeth. Why do I use two different spheres when sculpting the head? I like to separate the cranium from the jowl mass, like everything from the eyes down, this whole section, just because it helps me with my eye placement and all sorts of stuff. So that's why I tend to use two spheres. You can kind of see them if you look closely. You can see one right here and then one right here, and where they overlap each other right at the eye line. So that's why. He did steal the hat from the bear. In fact, I have a printed hat right now, like right sitting over here. Let's see. Hold on a second. So I had my buddy Jake from Formlabs print out my bear, and it's still a work in progress. We're trying to get it figured out, but I'm printing it out as a pen holder. And we printed it out a little bit too big for a pen holder, but it still has the potential. So, and he printed it out of this brand new material that kind of feels like marble. It has glass properties in it. Hold on a second. It's in all these different parts, but here, let me go big. Let's see. This work? Yeah, okay. So I can't get too close with it, but you can kind of see the mouth. And then here's the logo. Oh, it's so bright. It's white. Yeah, it kind of feels like ceramic. Yeah. It's got this really cool property, but the head itself, it's like stuff of nightmares. So you can kind of see, here's the, kind of feel like Adam Savage when I show you guys this stuff. But so this back plate, see how it broke right here? He's printing me a new one. It's like ceramic, so it shatters kind of easily. And in shipping, he shipped it from back east, and he shipped it over to me, and it broke on the way. But luckily, that's the only thing that broke. But that goes behind this, like so. It's so bright. Here, let me see if I can turn off one of my lights for a second. Does that help? It helps a little bit. Okay. So he's holding a Wacom pen. It's the bear, and his face is missing because it has a bunch of pieces that plug into it. So, and then this logo fits on the front like this. And then this is what I was talking about, the little hat. This is a little hat right here. And I wish you could see, I want to see if I can figure out a different camera setup so I can change to a close-up camera. But the little hat fits on him like so. And then his eyes are separate. See this little tiny eye? Let's see. Yeah, let me turn, there you go. So yeah, a little tiny eyeball. There's a couple of them. And then this goes on his face. This is his face right here. See that? Yeah, he doesn't look as creepy, but you just kind of, and it's all in these different parts. And you can see on the back, this is the pen holder. See the pen holder right here? You put the pen in there. So if you guys didn't know, ZBrush ships with a pen holder. So here, let me switch back to the thing. If you go to push comma, you can go see this little Wacom folder right here. It's under projects. You can see there's pens and there's pen holders. So I'm not going to open this up right now because it will replace my whole project, but you can click on here and it will open up a base project, and it's a pen holder, and you can build around a pen holder and print it out. So super cool. Is that the one and only Adam and Noah? Either way, following Adam and Noah. Is which one Adam and Noah? Are you talking about the bear? The bear is, no, the bear was kind of a multiple concept. It started out as a concept by my good buddy, Jason Kim. And then I kind of modified it a little bit from there. But here's another one I want to show now that my light's down. Look at this. Printed out my Baby Yoda, Grogu. I keep calling him Baby Yoda, but yeah, check that out. You see that? So cool, right? So cool. Yeah, I love this guy. He's turned out awesome. Yeah. So, and I have the little base, and this is also printed out of that same ceramic type material, and it's got my little logo right across here. But yeah, he turned out awesome. I'm gonna paint him up, you know, give him a green head and super glossy black eyes like a bug. And then, you know, his little green hands and the little robe, give him brown robe. Thanks guys, appreciate it. And then this one is just a head, but this is Kate. You know, the Kate character, if you guys know who I'm talking about. Oh, is Adam in here? Hey, what's up, Adam? I was like, wait, what's Neil talking about? But Adam is in here. Hey, what's going on, man? Adam's a good friend of mine and an amazing illustrator. Adam in the house. Sweet. So this is also printed out of that ceramic stuff, right? And you can kind of see, and then she's printed out the same size. So this is actually Kate back here. Can you see her back here? And she's printed out about this tall. And then the pirate girl right here, she's printed out taller. Well, Jake printed out a new one out of this marble type stuff. And this is how tall, it's like just her lower half. Here's her legs. That's how big she's gonna be. So yeah, super cool. Can't wait to put that one together. The tip of her gun broke off on the shipping, but you can kind of see her body here with holding the pistol. So super fun. Whatever, Adam. Oh, funny. Thanks, dude. All right, let's see. Can I explain how to set up print scale with your ruler? Sure. So, so if you look at the ruler, let's say I wanted to print this guy out, okay? Yeah, it can be glued. You just glue it with super glue. So it'll stick together really nice, really easily. Okay, so if I turn on transparency, you can see the ruler inside of this head. If I wanted to print this guy out, sorry, one sec. Oh, I grabbed my small. Let's see how many. This is 150. Okay, here, let me go back to my full cam. Okay, if you can see this ruler here, this is 150 millimeters tall. Okay, let me grab this other one. It's stuck to a magnet, so it's hard to. It's a metal ruler. Okay, let me see. 200. Okay, so real world scale. This is 20 centimeters tall from my finger to finger. See that? And and that's essentially 200 millimeters tall. So if you want to print something under 200 millimeters tall, my ruler will work really great for that. Okay, so so if you look at this ruler, you can see that this guy is outside of this ruler. So if I wanted to print him about the same size as my bear, which is about 100 millimeters tall, maybe 90, something like that, I would have to shrink this down. So what we can do is, let me turn off perspective. I'm going to mask this ruler off, okay? Because this scaling works with masking. It will respect the masking. Let's turn the floor on because the grid helps. Like I said, this ruler is 200. Oh, goodness, thank you. Boom, there we go. All right. So I'm masking this ruler off. Thank you, Neil. And then I'm going to send my gizmo home. Go to your home. Like this. And then I'm going to reset it. Okay, so now the gizmo's down here. And everything is masked off except for, or the ruler is masked off and everything else is not. Okay, so now I want to scale this whole entire head down. Okay, and I want to clear my selection and then scale it all down. There we go. So I want to scale him to, like, say 100 millimeters tall. Okay, so now I know he's about 100 millimeters tall because I can see it on the ruler. You're too good for your home, Paul. I'm trying to get my son to watch that. Okay, so now you can see the size of it, and that's how big it's going to print. So now if I want to print him out at this proper scale relative to the ruler, all I have to do is come over to the 3D print hub. Hold on a second. This music's getting a little out of control. Let's go to a more mellow one. Okay. Yeah, that movie's one of my favorite. Okay. So if you go to the 3D print hub, you'll notice right here it says millimeters and inches. You want to be on millimeters, and then you want to change this right here. You have to drag the slider for a second and then type in 200 because this ruler is 200 millimeters tall. So anything within that ruler bounding box will print out the correct size relative to the ruler. The only thing you don't want to do is you don't want to put your model outside of the ruler, either above it or below it, because then you'll break the height. Okay, the ruler is a known height. That's why it works. Okay, so when you export it, you want to export out the largest height of what you have in your scene. And it was just easy to make a ruler with a known height. So then it will be very, very precise when you export it. Yeah, you can get the ruler over at my website for free, 3dcharacterworkshop.com. Just go over there and scroll down to about the middle of the page and you'll see this blue space to enter your name and email. And you can do it. Yeah, a good relief. You know, I actually made this this ruler 3D printable that I still need to finish. But it'd be funny to stick a face on there. That'd be creepy. It's like, meh. Anyway, that's how you do it. And then you just say, after you have this set to 200 millimeters, you just say export to STL, and then it will export all of your, after you get it all ready for 3D printing, but that's how you keep the scale. So anyway, there you go. Okay. Back to what we were doing. What were we doing? Okay. Back to this heavenly piece. There are so many awesome one-liners from Happy Gilmore. I love it. Get you a warm glass of shut the hell up. Oh my gosh. Ben Stiller in that movie. Okay, that ruler file also comes with my user interface, which you can't see right now. This is my community, by the way, inside my course. So let me just set up this. Drag it down here so you guys can see my brushes. I always forget that that's the case. Okay, there you go. Anyway, you can get these brushes for free as well if you go over to my website and download them. You try to show it to your friends' kids. Oh man. That's sad. Is perspective on? Oh, okay. Oh, because I have the eyes selected. All right. I'm like, why am I not getting my little point? Collectible rulers. Collect them all. Each one has a face. A unique, creepy face. Oops. Oh, I still have my pizza boxes on. I'm like, why is it rotating with... Okay. There we go. Could put the bear face on one, my face on another one. All these creepy. It's kind of a crazy neck, huh? It's kind of a lean back neck kind of guy. The leprechaun head on another one. Yeah, that'd be great. All right, let's give him a chest and call it a day. Oh, that sounds like something you get in one of those old Scholastic book sales. Yep, collectible ruler. I forgot about those. Man, that's been a long time. This sounds like a good song. I like ones that sound like the Stranger Things soundtrack. I'm trying to remember what that's called when it's like that up and down sequence. Eraser toppers. I remember those things. Arpeggio. Thank you. Arpeggio. Yeah, there's a lot of synths with built-in arpeggios that you can kind of set up to walk up and down the notes. I'm getting a synth that I did on Indiegogo. That's like I can't remember what it's called, but it has like it's not a typical keyboard. It just has a bunch of pads, but they're split in the center, and it's very it's like based on music theory rather than like a regular keyboard. I should be getting that soon, so I can screw around with it on GarageBand. Hey, Sign, how's it going? Rosina, is that how you say your name? Sorry. I think it's called the Theory Board. Theory Board? I want to say Theory Board. I'm learning from your 3D character workshop. It's great, but I'm still finding it difficult to interpret the 2D character. Can you... Hey, Science. Did you... hey, what's up? Ash, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Science, did you watch the last week's webinar? The one on sculpting Saturday morning cartoon characters? Did you watch that one? Oh, I think I'm gonna turn this. Hey, Ashley, I love that the snake you did. Oh my gosh. So I was about to do one of those subtractive, you know, this month's theme, the subtractive sculpting, and I'm just like, you know, I don't want to put myself through that pain. But I'm glad you did, because it turned out awesome. But I'm just doing what I know, which is another stupid cartoon character. I shouldn't say stupid. This is good design. But man, I made his nose way too long. What am I doing? What am I doing? Am I in Dynamesh? I'm not. This is just dynamic subdivisions. Still a little too. I know, right? I'm just saying for what you had to work with, it turned out good. I couldn't have done it, and I'm not going to do it. Oh man, I'm going to sit this one out. Oh yeah, Ian, you did one too, right? What did you do? I didn't see it. I'm sorry. How much do I earn a month? That's kind of a little personal, but sorry, I can't answer that. Oh yeah, the sword. I did see that. I did. The Master Sword from Zelda. That was awesome. That was awesome. You're cleaning it up. Oh yeah, you could retop that thing pretty decently, I think. I did see that. This is a crazy nose. I think I'm going to merge sooner than later. Oh, this has, I love this song. It's got these little video game sounds in it. It's pretty awesome. All right. This is looking more like a duck than anything. Did I miss the workshop challenge? It's going on right now. Okay, Science, in the course, go down to student challenges, and the replay is in there. Same with you, Toxicon. If you're in there and you can check it out, if you're in the course, if you're a student, go down to student challenges at the time of this recording, I should say, because that's its temporary home. I'm going to move it eventually, but right now it is there, and you can find it, student challenges. So I would highly, highly suggest to go watch that. Just wanted to know, I'm starting my career in animation. It's all over the board, and it depends on who you work for, where you live, what your skill level is, what the project is. Yeah, that's a tough question. But can you make a living doing it? Absolutely, yes. And a decent living at that. Yeah, it's Science. It's the perfect thing for you right now. Okay, this is driving me crazy because it looks like a duck, and I need to fix it. Oh, Ashley, you're funny. And then some months you don't earn that much, and other months you earn more. And did you mean to say 15K twice? Okay, this is a tricky nose. Oh, less than 15K. Got you, got you, got you. Yeah, once you earn more than 15, once less than 15. Got it. I'm like, I didn't see the minus sign, so I'm an idiot. Good way to put it. Yeah, not to be rude. It's just a really difficult question to answer, honestly. Okay. I gotta focus because this thing is looking like we're deep in the valley of the suck. I need to make a country song. Called Deep in the Valley of the Suck. And play it in the beginning of each stream. Nice. Flatbed suck truck. Deep in the valley of the suck. I can play my harmonica on it. Sucky roads. Man, now I'm gonna have to make it. I can hear it in my head. And the song would be better than my sculpt. Oh, Tom, you play banjo? Are you kidding? Oh man, we gotta talk. We gotta play. We gotta jam. After hours jam session. These are some big old ears. Oh goodness. That sounds painful. I'm glad I've not seen that video. Which software is widely used in the industry? Well, not to be biased, but you're currently watching the Pixologic live stream channel, and Pixologic, they make ZBrush, which is the software I'm using currently, and it is widely used in the industry. Heavily used. I would even say industry standard for digital sculpting. Okay, that's starting to feel a little better. Give him a jawline. Goodness. Oh, Ash, thanks for stopping by. You crack me up every time you swing by. Make me feel better about myself. Help me answer questions. Yeah, that is a sharp looking nose. I'm just roughing it in at the moment. I'll get back to it. I'm just trying to figure stuff out at the moment. Maya, yeah, most likely. Oh no. Are you talking about me? Ashley, you saw a thumbnail of me in Slack? Uh-oh. Here we go. Okay, this is way too low. It's time for me to edit some things and merge some things and move on to the next step here. Split hidden. Hey, from Spain, how you doing? Let's duplicate this and apply. Oh, I don't want his shirt, and I think I'm gonna keep his neck. Am I? Oh, you're sharing it in. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, Ashley. Is that This is the thumbnail in my stream? Are you kidding? No. Oh, look at my I can feel my face going red right now. I can feel it. My ears are heating up in my headphones. You only get the best here in my channel or in my stream. Oh gosh. I'm not going to be able to sculpt now. Well, thanks for letting me know. Oh gosh. I can't remember what I was doing now. Split hidden. I'm getting all dizzy. Oh man. Oh. Okay. Keep it together. Okay, why can't I split unmasked points? The wrong kind of viewers, I think. Oh, geez. Okay. Okay. Oh, geez. Oh, just a nice little thumbnail that YouTube decided to capture of me with my ruler out measuring, you know. Okay. Okay. Why did you stop using the Dynamesh workflow for joining the shapes? Just because I like it better. It's a little cleaner. Dynamesh tends to merge objects, like it has a larger envelope, so it crosses between, like if you're trying to merge fingers, it will merge in between those fingers, whereas this method won't. And this won't rebuild your entire mesh when you're just doing little changes, whereas Dynamesh will. Okay. Let's see. I need to delete these lower ones. There we go. Oh goodness, Ashley. Oh, I'm never gonna leave that one down. Okay. Split unmasked points. Okay, so now that I have this, I'm gonna stitch. Jeez. I needed a laugh today. That was a good one. All right, let's stitch these together. When sculpting stylized characters, do you consider anatomy to be true with character design? Both, actually. I take both into account. Oh, come on. Where are you? Oh, get up here. Must have built him way off the ground. I did. Okay, that's why. There we go. Yeah, the dangers of context, for sure. Taken out of context, what is this channel about? Oh. Okay. And you just go into this gear and just say remesh by union, and it stitches everything together. Hit accept, and now we're good to go. Okay. I can smooth all this down. Oh, right. Do you get that in your stream as well? I hear that if you do are you using OBS? Well, You might not even be getting that, but yeah, your whole where is that even coming from, right? It's like this Declaration of Independence on my cursor. Okay. Is it necessary to have a graphics tablet for sculpting in ZBrush? Necessary, no, but I would highly, highly, highly recommend it. The metaphor I usually use is it's like having a car without a gas pedal, and instead it just has a toggle switch. So it's like full gas or full brakes. That's what you get with a mouse. It's either on or it's off. There's no in between. And with a pen or a stylus, you get all these pressure sensitivity levels where you can lightly sculpt something, where with a mouse you can't do that. Okay. And Neil likes to call it foot to the floor sculpting. Okay, so now let's turn to your friend and mine, Sculptress Pro, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's go to adaptive size. Turn that off. Okay, that's about right. There we go. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Oh, I've recovered. Now I'm good. Gosh. Oh, man. I can picture the whole staff over at Pixologic just cracking up. Oh, thanks, Neil. Too late. I can fix it. Thank you, Neil. Iron weld. Symmetry. There we go. I'm a little distracted, as you can tell. Hey, what's up, Lucky? How you doing? Is there a setting that affects Sculptress resolution if you turn off adaptive size? Yes, right here. It's, well, this is where it's at on my interface, but it's called Subdivide Size, and that will change the size of your subdivision ratio. And that's to make it so it's not tied to the brush size, which I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of it being tied to the brush size. I'd rather it be tied to your scene size. Hey, Sylvia. Welcome to the stream. Paris is always looking better. Oh, okay. So Cricket, that's probably because, yeah, you can't turn it below 0.5. So what you have to do is you have to scale your model up because it's based off of the scene size. So for example, so this is how big it's set right now. If I go all the way down, it's set to, yeah, I can't make my triangles any smaller than this. So if I want smaller triangles, I have to make my mesh or my character larger in the scene itself. And how you do that is just go turn on these pizza boxes in the gizmo and just scale the whole thing up larger. Okay, and then turn it back off. And now my triangles are smaller. That's how you get them smaller. Yeah. I know. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of weird. I wish they would allow you to go smaller in the scene, but it's just based off scene size. So typically I'll scale my model up, do all my sculpting and everything that I need to, remesh it, and then scale it back down to what I want. Okay, so now I got to turn it up since I changed the size. There we go. Now it's back to a doable size. Okay. Yeah, no worries. Okay. This is kind of a cool song. Reminds me of it's good. Okay, and also I need to turn up my smooth size. Smooth. Tessimating will give you the same result, but tessimating is an overall thing. So, and tessimation, the tessimation size is also tied to the what is this called? The subdivide size. So see how this is set to 0.12 now? I guess I could just type in like 0.2 or something. And then if I go to tessimate over here, let's turn this on again. You can see how this whole head is not filled, right? Tessimate will fill the entire head. So if I change this to 0.2, see how it fills the entire thing with that density? That's kind of, it's kind of a flood fill, as it were. But with Sculptris Pro, you don't need all that detail back into the back of his head. So how much experience do you have in the industry? Yep, I have almost 24 years-ish. I've been at it for a while. Okay. I worked at Disney Interactive for 10 of those years. And I worked at Sony and Acclaim, Glyphix. Oh, what did I miss? I have the same question that science asked, construction of the head. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Hey, Mike, I just, I mentioned like, are you in the course in the 3D character workshop by chance? I'm going to turn this down more. A little too. If you find your slider snapping to the left, then just let go of shift. I was holding down shift to adjust that. Oh, you're not in the course? Okay. I was just telling science that in the course I have a whole section on that because it's a time crunch to explain that whole thing. The course is at 3dcharacterworkshop.com. Okay. I mean, if I had time to explain it a little more here, I would, but I do explain it here and there occasionally while I'm streaming, but it's just such a deep topic. Still can't believe that thumbnail. Holy cow. Oh gosh. No, no. Well, kind of. It's however you interpret it, right? This is the thumbnail. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Saved for the ages. I'll have to ask Kyle to replace that. Oh, geez. Measuring. Keeping it classy. Yep, I do. Just keep measuring. Like Dory says, just keep swimming. Just keep measuring. Make his nostrils longer. Another reason I like Sculptris Pro is because I can kind of pull the geometry out a ways and then just kind of smooth back over the top of it to rebuild the triangles, smooth it back out. Just very forgiving. How's that? Okay. How do you get the brush like the one I'm using? Which one? All of these brushes are, I give away for free over on my website, 3dcharacterworkshop.com. Just scroll about halfway down till you see the blue window. You can put in your name and email and get these brushes for free. Cricket, yeah. I didn't notice my face. I was just like, oh yeah. Just like, woo-wee. Look at that. Oh goodness. Okay, let's give this guy a mouth, shall we? He's kind of has a crooked smile too, but we'll make him have that crooked smile later. Oh geez. Gonna look like Charlie Brown for a minute. What I can do with this too is you can do a edge loop mask border and that will put a edge loop around that masked area, and it gives a pretty clean line around it as well. And then this is kind of tricky, but I can use, if it's low enough, you don't want to do it with very high resolution, but if it's low enough, you can extrude polygroup all with the Z modeler brush and just kind of push it in like that. Just to kind of give you a head start there. Oh, come on. Go. It doesn't want to do it anymore. I'm just going to grab this and go like this. Brute force. Okay. Because with Sculptris Pro, now you can just come in here and just hold down shift and just kind of rebuild that geometry in there that I just messed up. This kind of sounds like the beginning of Jump. Hey, what's up, comics? Any tips on dealing with being in the Valley of the Suck? I'm even there now and it doesn't feel like I will make it out. I'll throw you a rope. You Dynamesh at the end, Glenn? I do not. I'm kind of I've switched to Sculptris Pro. That's what I use now. Thanks, Yassine. Okay. If you ever get these like pinched little poles, see how this is pinching right here? And sometimes it won't rebuild. What you can do is just change the size of the triangles and smooth back over the top of it, and it'll try and rebuild it better. How you make the model so clean looking all through your process? Well, that's kind of a big question. I just built a cabin in this Suck Valley. It's got provisions for a few days till the journey out is forced upon me. Oh, right. Feel free to visit with restock. Oh, it's hilarious. Yep. I bought some land in the valley. Oh. Welcome to the Valley of the Suck. You guys, I appreciate all these questions, but there's some really big questions that it's difficult to just stop midstream and say, you know, it's like, I don't know how to answer some of those. Other than I stream every single week and you can watch my entire process from start to finish. Yeah, I guess the land was donated to me. I just found it and put in a stake. Yeah, what is life? Can I recommend a good tablet? Glenn, I would say get the tablet that you can afford as long as you can use a tablet. So I don't have a specific recommendation for one. I've always been a big fan of Wacom, and their products are great. I've never used a Huion or anything like that. But if what you can afford is what you can afford, just get anything. I have a really super cheap tablet that came with a ZBrush Core that I bought for my kids a while back. And even that tablet that came with it is fantastic. It works just great. Yeah, like I say, it's like the name brand or whatever of the tablet doesn't matter. Just get a tablet. That's all. So one thing I do have to say about a tablet though, and Ian and Ashley, I'd love to hear your input on this, is I don't like, I better not hold up my fingers again. I don't like to have a tablet that covers my entire desk, those really giant ones. In this case, in my opinion, bigger's not, oh man, I hate talking about this. Bigger's not always better. I actually like the mid-sized one because it doesn't cover my entire desk and the real estate is good. That being said, don't go for the teeny one because you don't have enough real estate. You kind of want to have the same aspect ratio as your monitor has if you're going to be using a tablet. Now I'm on a Cintiq, which is a monitor, so that's a whole different thing. How can you control the distance between the object using the curve mode on any brush? Yeah, you just go to the brush settings and there's like a sphere icon. You can just lower it below the surface. Does a display tablet affect workflow? No, it only affects speed. So in my opinion, it does not affect your artistic abilities at all whatsoever. It only affects how fast you can do something because it will take you fewer brush strokes to get to your final character. Okay, this guy is horrible. What's going on? Horrible. Let's fix it. Do I have any books or course recommendations to learn the fundamentals? Well, being biased as I am, I have an online course that does cover all the fundamentals if you want to check that out. It's just, it's called the 3D Character Workshop. You can check that out. Otherwise, there are some great resources on YouTube, like and on the Z Classroom if you're wanting to learn more stuff about ZBrush in particular. What is going on with this mouth? Right. You know, make me go into a laughing fit again. You got a little bitty one for my first one that's driving me crazy. Yeah, okay. So you know how I said the smaller tablets are better. That is not necessarily the case with Cintiqs. With Cintiqs, you want to have a monitor size one, right? Also, if you're wanting to learn ZBrush, like the technical ins and outs of ZBrush, Michael Pavlovich is a fantastic resource. But as far as learning the fundamentals of stylized character work and character design, I have the fundamentals I cover in my course. There you go. Little Oddity just said it, because I agree with that. So you say you have a medium-sized one at home and a bigger one for work, and you prefer the medium-sized one? Yeah. Yay, it's not just me that's the weirdo. Oh, Mike is the M&M of the ZBrush world. I'd love to see him rap it. Oh, man. I use the Ergo Arm Amazon knockoff and work with it angled upwards so I can rest my elbow as I work. Oh, interesting. Using too much shoulder gives you a free pass. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Yeah. So right now, the way mine is set up, my Cintiq is kind of down at a 35-degree angle-ish. And then I have a big, like a 4K monitor behind it. And it rails my neck. I wish I could put my monitor over to one side or the other. And I would love to have my Cintiq more like vertical. I've never thought about resting my elbow on the desk. That's interesting. And do you put your keyboard in front of your monitor? Because my keyboard is down on a tray that I slide underneath my desk. And I have a standing desk. This is, I wish I could take a picture of this, but I guess I could. I have a standing desk, and I couldn't put the brace all the way across underneath because of the keyboard tray that slides underneath. So now my desk is starting to bow like in the middle because of that. So you're being serious, Ryan? Okay. Sorry, I didn't know how serious you were being with that. So with drawing natural elbow arcs and such, yes. Okay. So, there is something to that. You only have one good arc in your arm, right? And it goes from your elbow to your wrist, or from your wrist to your hand. But these are smaller, less controllable arcs. The big arcs come from your elbow. And if you have a large Cintiq, you can get those nice big arcs. And same with those medium or large size tablets, you can get those nice big arcs. But if you have a really small Cintiq or a little tablet or a travel computer or something like that, most of the time you're just kind of doing one of these things, and it's just not as controllable, in my opinion. And this guy looks sad. Look at him. He's like, oh man, I'm so sad. My keyboard is half behind my Cintiq, so I'm kind of hugging it. As long as you keep your shoulders relaxed, you're good. Okay. Interesting. Maybe we can should share workspace pics. Oh, Nafi, yeah, thank you. Okay, let's see. I need to get this shape back out here. I don't know. I wanted to pull his mouth back against his teeth, but with this character, I'm not sure that that's going to work with the way it's drawn. Okay, and I don't think his little nose ridge thing is that low. You're getting old when you start deeply caring about your, even when I was younger, I'd have to have the perfect setup because I was sitting at my desk for hours doing this stuff. So, you can get the youngest person in there, and if they're sat at some weird cranky angle, it's just not going to work. So I'm going to have a workstation person check my setup. The only advice besides what I already have going is you could just not be an artist. Oh gosh. Oh, thanks a lot. So my favorite setup that I've ever had, and I wish I still kind of had it, but I had to move away from it, was I had a Cintiq 24 HD, which the thing I didn't like was the aspect ratio on the screen. It wasn't a 16:9 like every other monitor on the planet. It was a little bit taller than all the rest. But what it did have were these, all the buttons on either side built into the side panels, and it had these rings in there. And what I would do is I would use those rings to roll my brush size up and down. And then the other ring I would use to roll my, I would either set it to my subdivision levels so I could go up and down subdivision levels really quickly, or I would set it to moving up and down my subtools. And so I could put that's why my user interface is built the way it is so I wouldn't have to use a keyboard and I could access all my keys just from those buttons and this pop-up menu alone. So I would actually put my Cintiq in my lap and hide my keyboard altogether. That way I could keep my back straight and do my sculpting down in my lap at a nice comfortable level with my shoulders relaxed. Yeah. And that was my favorite setup by far. But this one, my keyboard is underneath, so I can't hide it. And these newer Cintiqs come with that little remote, and I'm not as big of a fan of that little remote because it slides around that I was of the actual built-in keys. So a lot of people like those remotes. I'm just personally not as big of a fan. Okay, let's see. Clean up this stuff. Okay, this is starting to look more like something I'm liking a little bit. Ryan, is my Cintiq touch sensitive? No, I feel like touch is a gimmick, unless you're on an iPad or something like that. Yeah, everybody who has a touch Cintiq usually turns it off, so. Okay, let's give him some eyebrows. Oh, eyelids. Let me see. I'll do it the new way. You use the touch features more often in Photoshop than ZBrush. Interesting. Okay, let's see. So one thing I do like, and I might set this up to work like I'm hoping I can set this up to work like my old 24 HD setup, which is this 3D connection thing, because I really like to have the navigation in my left hand like this, and then be able to sculpt with my right hand as I'm doing that. You know, it's just it's a pretty cool experience. Yeah, I wonder if that touch interfered with the workflow. Okay, let's see. This is like bass synth. Yeah, I think that 3D connection thing is the answer. I just need to get it really dialed in and set up and then used to it. But I access my keyboard so much that it's kind of hard to move away from that. Come on, there you go. And the thing I love about the Space Mouse, if you're moving between 3D programs, the navigation is the same, right? instead of having to learn a new navigation setup, like if you go back and forth between ZBrush and Maya, you don't have to, like switch your mind over to the navigation in Maya. So I like that a lot. It was kind of a surprise when I was using it. I'm like, oh yeah, hey, that's cool. All right, let's go split mask points. Get some thickness going here. You like it, Tom? Awesome. Those things are really expensive though. Pack everything. Yeah, but that's for sure. It's an expense. Hey, what's up, James? How you doing? Yeah, Karen, this is or Karan, I guess. You're on Pixologic's live stream channel, so I would recommend not. Yeah, I like to keep the conversation towards ZBrush, if you wouldn't mind. Got kind of funky eyelids. Kind of fun. Get a USB setup. I actually have one. I have this thing called a G13, I think it's called, made by what is it made by? Is it G13? I don't know. It's some G numbers. Yeah, it's a G13. Is it? Yeah, it's these kind of funky things, right? So I have one of these from a long time ago, and I used it for gaming, G13. I used it for gaming, but not so much because it's just so, it's kind of crazy placement. So yeah, I didn't use it too much. It's a good suggestion though. All right, James, cool. Well, thanks for saying hi. Okay. I'm going to do the same, something similar for the eyelashes. I'm just going to pull, let's see. I don't want to have this super sharp. So I'm just going to do this and uncrease. There we go. Okay. Tips for beginners. I would just say, just get sculpting, try it, practice, and see if you like it. Look at different characters, or try and find some different characters and see, just try and sculpt them out. Have some fun with it. Delete, delete, delete. Okay. These even smaller, I think. Yeah, there are tons of YouTube tutorials on everything, right? So if you want if you do try it out and you're interested in it and you love it and you find out that you want to know more even after watching YouTube videos, if you want a curated experience, meaning how to make a character from start to finish, including beginners, you can check out my course, my online course called the 3D Character Workshop. And that will get you, the whole idea for my workshop is to get you better faster. But yeah, you still have to put in the time, still have to put in the work. Do you think anatomy knowledge is necessary to sculpt stylized characters? Yes. Thanks, Ian. Could you do this character in ZBrush Core? It would be difficult. There are some things I'm doing, like with these lashes right now, that you couldn't do in ZBrush Core. But you can make characters with ZBrush Core. It's possible. It's just, Core is more of a practice tool to make sure that you want to do sculpting before you put in the investment. I might reduce his nose just a little bit more. Okay. Oh, thanks so much, James. I appreciate that. Oops. I want to screen grab your comment. Yoink. Oh, geez. I didn't mean to do that. Hello. Sorry. I'm trying to train myself to grab comments more, because I appreciate it. I really do. It means a lot. So thanks for that, James. When sculpting like this, do you have retopology and rigging in mind? Absolutely not, Mr. Kritz. Right now, that's why digital sculpting is so nice, is because you don't have to keep any of that stuff on your mind. Because like I said, I've been doing this for almost 24 years, and I used to be a polygon modeler. And it's so much more freeing to not have to worry about the topology until the very end when you're ready to do rigging. Glenn, it's always open. Like Motel 6. Always open. So you can sign up anytime, and it's on your own schedule, because there are busy people. So it's not a set. It's a go at your own pace, I guess, is the term. Hey, Jefferson, how you doing? Okay. Apply and delete lower. There we go. Yeah, Ray Dream was my first one as well, actually. Like by Carell. My first character was a Black Widow in Ray Dream Designer. So yes, I'm currently making, so the 3D Character Workshop has been out for, I want to say almost 4 years now, 3.5, 4 years. And the content was originally created in ZBrush 4R5, I think. was a while back, and I've put in a bunch of lessons since then, updated content, but I've been wanting to kind of re-record everything and you know, completely updated. And this time around, I want to do it in I guess people really like challenges. They really like a deadline. They like challenges. And so I'm doing weekly challenges for the new content. So every single week I cover a new subject. And next week, this coming up Sunday, we're going to be covering stylized anatomy. It just covers full-blown ZBrush. There's not enough stuff in ZBrush Core. I apologize for that, because ZBrush itself is a full production tool. Geez, you guys, laying down the love. Thank you so much. Yep, Sunday. And I'm only going to record, so I do a hybrid where I record these live. So I invite students to come and watch the training live, and it's just like this. It's like a live stream, but you know, I'm teaching a lot more and not just kind of sculpting and yapping. So the students can come and ask questions live, but then after that, it will just be recorded for new students. So if you want the live experience, now's the time to join it. I am just using Move. You know, somebody was asking me the other day, like I get the typical, what brushes do you use? And I was thinking about it. That would be a nice challenge, is do the entire character with just the Move brush. You could totally pull it off. I use the Move brush more than anything because it's just all about nudging stuff around. It's like using your thumb on real clay, you know? It's just like you're sculpting. There's no trick to it, you know? Oh, dude. Ash, snake hook. Snake hook to me is a Move brush. It's just a Move brush with a pointy alpha on it, you know? And I love snake hook. But yeah, I would consider snake hook a Move brush, so that would totally count. Maybe turn these ears back a little bit. About never using smooth? Oh, I don't know about that. So to me, there's a difference in sculpting. There's fine art sculpting, which uses like the clay buildup brushes and, you know, where you're trying to sculpt nudes and things like that. And then there's like stylized character sculpting, where it's like all about trying to stay as clean as you can. And I fall in the second camp. I don't really do the fine art sculpting too much, if at all. I don't think I ever have, honestly. A little too much. Stylized fine art. That's called abstract. Give this guy some eyebrows. He's gone long enough without eyebrows. Okay. Hey, Sneer. How's it going? Let's see. Topology brush. More stylized I'm getting with my work, the less I'm using clay tubes or buildup. Well, you know, a lot of people teach that way. And that's not the way I teach how to do it, because that's not how my brain works. You know? My brain works in large primitive globs when I think about shapes and characters. Do you have a use for the Move Elastic Brush? Yeah, I use it all the time in like large things that I want to move around, like hair strands, things like that. I use the Move Elastic Brush for that. That's not gonna work. Oops. Oh, you're from Israel. Oh, I'm sorry, Sneer. I'm glad you're able to join us today. And I apologize for all the stuff that's happening. Not that I can do anything about it, but, you know, watch from afar as we just kind of go, yeah. I don't know what to say about that stuff. Other than I wish you the best. Let's see, split on those points. Let's go. There they are. Yeah, again, I really don't want to turn this into a which software is better battle, you know, because this is the Pixologic live stream that you're watching, which they're the makers of ZBrush. So I'd like to keep the chat just to ZBrush if we could. There's plenty of other channels to debate software on. Oh. Every time. Oh, thanks, Cricket. Let's see. I still can't believe that this dynamic thickness supports the edge loop stuff. Like, oh gosh. Hey, Senna, I think Ashley's being sarcastic. Okay, so let's do, what I mean by that is, if I turn on dynamic, you can see how this this edge is round right here. And if you look at the concept, it's quite sharp. I can do one of two things. I can either slide this edge loop closer to the edge, or I can add a new loop and slide it right close. And now when I turn on dynamics, check it out. It's sharp. Sharp. I don't eat donuts anymore. Gosh dang it. I love donuts too, especially the Krispy Kreme variety, but decided to get healthier. Donuts. All right, let's why shouldn't we throw a color on here? Yes. Why shouldn't we? It actually does, Polyforge. It does allow for it. It's just hard to manage. Do you want to? So, here I can show you if you want to see it. Yeah, so if you go into the crease menu, let's see, it's right here. So you get this crease level. See this crease level? It's set at 3. That essentially just means it's going to stay. Yeah, you got it. It requires subdivide. So does anything. If you're going to crease it and you're going to subdivide something, it requires subdivision if you're going to be able to adjust the creasing, right? That's kind of part of it. So dynamic subdivisions, that's still subdivisions. It's just giving you a preview of it. So it's not real. Anyway, you can change it right here, but you can't like select the edge and dynamically change the crease level, right? Okay. We only got a Krispy Kreme in Ireland 2 years ago. That's saying something. Should probably block in his hair too. Can you guys hear that music all right? Is that a decent level? Is it bugging you? I don't usually do music in my streams. Super faint. How's that? Is that better? All right. Let's do, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Edge loop mask border. ASMR level. Oops. All I see are the little green lines. Is that too loud? Let's see, I want to do. Cool. There, hair done. Like how it's peeking out from his eye sockets and everything. Ship it. It's done. Nailed it. And done. You can't. So you have to either refill the object after you ZRemesh it, or project from the old object to the new ZRemeshed object. Because ZRemeshing is actually rebuilding your model, so you can't really keep the colors. Colors are tied to the dots that make up the model, which are called vertices, and yeah, you can't really keep them in the model. You can there's other ways. Looks like an Elvis haircut. Hey man. Let's see. I want to Sculptress Pro this, but not that. Not that low. Not that low. Maybe. That's too low. That's good. Okay. Do you think for beginners it's important to the model sheet, or is it best to build a model from the construct without? So, in my opinion, it is best to have 1/3/4 view of your character. And then if you get a side view or a front view or anything else, just use that as reference. But you'll notice I don't have a front and a side view of this guy, and I don't have them loaded up. And because sometimes you'll see modelers, they'll put, you know, the picture behind their character or to the side of it, and they'll try to model to that exactly. In my opinion, what you're doing is you're shackling yourself down, and you're also asking your concept artist to do the work for you. In my opinion, it's your job as a character modeler to interpret the 3/4 drawing. So, do you feel the same, Ashley? I'm curious. And it's funny because you can always tell beginning modelers when they have a turn of a head, because they'll get the side, they'll get the front, and they'll completely forget about the 3/4 view. And you can tell because the sculpt will look very square. They'll forget like this right here. And in my opinion, this 3/4 view is what defines the character the most. Like, that's what makes the person look like the person, or the character look like the character. I was working on HBO boxing game at Acclaim, and I was responsible for making the lineup of the boxers. And I found to get a likeness for those boxers, the 3/4 view was the most important to get the likeness by far. Ian, the Nightbot's getting after you, man. What are you saying? He's vicious today. Nightbot's vicious. Awesome, James. Yeah, that first one was great. How do you get the reference in the corner? You use Spotlight. So you just bring in a texture right here. Just go texture and load it right here. And then you click on that image, and then you click this button that says add to Spotlight. And then you can move it around. But just make sure that you turn off Spotlight projection in order for it to work. And you can find that in Brush Samples Spotlight Projection. So yeah, just make sure that's turned off. Hey, Jimmy. What's going on? Your ears must have been burning because we were talking about you. Is that in core? I don't believe so. Sorry. Yeah, man, we were talking about your latest sculpt. Oh man, now he looks like he's got double chin. Use those. Oh, the what are they called? Carrots? Don't we call them carrots? You just popped in. Yeah, we were talking about your earlier. Your Land Before Time. Dude, that's awesome. I gotta show it off because it's amazing. Look at this. Oh, I can't blow it up, can I? Because it's Instagram. What is your hold on. Jimmy Levinsky Art Station. Look, I've already searched for it. Oh, you don't have it up here yet. It's too new. It's too fresh. All right. Oh, it's so good though. Yeah, it's so good. So clean. Awesome work, man. Very, very good. Oh, I got to show these off. So I'm currently doing a Saturday morning cartoon challenge in my community, in my workshop. And you can see all these Saturday morning cartoons like this Popeye and this yeah. Oh my gosh. Tasmanian Devil. So good. Dino. Awesome. So many. All right. Yeah, the students are doing great. Stepping up to the challenge. Land Before Time making you tear up. No joke. Also, sneak teaser, whatever you want to call it. I just barely did a industry pro interview with Jimmy Levinsky for the students. I don't advertise that too much. I do industry pro interviews for my students occasionally. Ashley, we got to do one for you if you're interested, if you'd be down. They're a lot of fun. We just talk about how you got to where you are, and the things you care about in the industry, all that kind of stuff, what jobs you've had, what you've done, how you got there. Oops. And still bad habits. Whatever. How can I send an email to Paul? I would send I would send an email to support@pixologic.com if you're looking for support. I wouldn't email Paul directly because he is a very, very busy feller and he most likely won't reply to personal requests. But support, I'm sure, would be happy to help you. And Paul is part of the support team, so. Right. Yeah, what Ashley said. This is a fun song. Dear. give this guy some red in his face. Now, color does work with Sculptress, so I usually tend to turn that off because I don't want to mess with the mesh. I just want to color it. Also notice that the RGB intensity got changed. So I need to fix that brush. So I have it set clear down to 2 and it doesn't really do much anymore. Let's turn it up. There we go. I didn't close his mouth all the way because I might want to ZRemesh this. And if I do, it will seal his mouth shut. That's not what I want. I thought the RGB issue was with my tablet. No, I think they changed the how much it affects, like how much it works. And I'm trying to get that eyelid shape and it's proving to be a struggle. There we go. I'm so old I have no idea how to highlight a comment. Oh, I don't either. Don't feel bad. I'm not a huge fan of the transition from his jaw to his neck because of that shadow that it's creating. And obviously, you know, Luigi didn't draw that as part of the appeal. Sometimes I like to experiment and try to get it to be closer to the concept. Oh, hey Hopper. How's it going, man? Okay. I think the fill brush will do that if the model's too low poly. Ah. Oh, I think I turned off Sculptors Pro, right? All right, let's give him those baby blues. Collars, yeah, you kind of have to just kind of work out a technique to make them and then they're okay. There's a crazy number. I don't know what MSC means. SMC? Oh yeah, those of you who are just visiting or just joined recently, like I got to show you this Yoda, or I should say Grogu. It looks funny. So check this out, you guys. Hopefully it'll snag this thumbnail instead. Look at this. I just got it printed out. My Grogu, yay! Check this out. It's so fun. Yeah. He has a little base too. Oh. So this is This is printed by Formlabs by my friend Jake, and it's printed out of this glass material that kind of feels like a ceramic. It has glass in the filament, or it's not filament. It's well, let's see. Kind of looks like, I don't know if you can see this. This is another one, but it has this filament kind of. It feels like powder on the surface, almost like marble, if you've ever touched marble. But yeah, it's a resin, and it has glass in it, or I don't know exactly what or how it works, but it's really, really nice to sand, and super cool. Yeah, they're fairly heavy. Yeah, they're pretty heavy. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of look at him for a minute. I feel like I want to make his forehead even bigger. Now that I have all this in place. And his hair bigger. Kind of reminds me of Harris, which is the music we're listening to. Left-handed and have a 16-inch Wacom display tablet. I barely have room for my tablet and have to use separate programmable keyboard. How much space do you have to work with? I don't have much space at all. I have about, I don't know, 1.5 feet on each side maybe. And I have a 27-inch Cintiq in the middle. Wonder if that'll take more of a toll on the machine. No, it shouldn't. I mean, it's just flashing resin, like flashing light at resin, or laser at resin. So it's the same technique, just different. It doesn't have a nozzle that spits it out or anything like that. You know, it's not a filament printer. It's resin. Electron beam melting? I don't know. It's a Form 2. But actually that was printed, the Yoda, or the Grogu was printed on a Form 3, I believe. Okay, I want to put that little hair in there. Blue hair. Oh yeah. Oh, are you talking about what Yoda was printed in, Ian? Or are you talking about the powder-based printers? An Anycubic Photon. Yeah, I have one of those too, and that's a resin printer. That's just a smaller footprint is all, but it uses similar resins. No, it's not. It's actually printed on a Form 3, and the resin has glass in it. I don't know how. I haven't seen it or used it yet, but it has glass in the resin. So it's not like those powder-based printers. I know what you're talking about, where you can actually print in powder. Yeah, super crazy. And like I said, the result, I wish I could like pass it around the room and have everybody hold it and feel it, but it feels a lot like marble, like a ceramic, like a soft ceramic. But it feels the most like marble. And it's very, very easy to sand. It's crazy. A phantom? Do you mean a phantom? Or... Oh, shrunk it too much. Powder based or SLS or SLM? Yeah, I don't know the little nicknames for them. Got the old snake hook out, Ashley. RGB, this, there we go. Snake hook! Do you have a custom emoji for snake hook? If not, you should. Hooked. Nice. Guess it's not that far back, is it? Yeah, you can mix pigments in resin. That's why this one right here has purple in it. It's usually a white. The guy who printed this out for me put purple in this one, like lavender, and this one has pink in it. Yoda was pink until I primered him. It helps you see when you're sanding a little better. All right. I think what I need to do is make him look a little more bored and pull his eyelashes down a little bit. There we go. That's feeling more like his expression. There we go. All of a sudden it looks like that guy, right? Except for his mouth. Got this sideways smile. So let's just pretend he's got that sideways smile. Thanks, Ian. Just polish this mouth a bit. Save it. Luigi. Too many eyes. All right. Resin is layer per layer by printing with math. It's kind of like that, but it depends on if it's a flash or if it's a laser. There's two resin types of printers too. Out of the valley into the land of chuckles. Yep. The only thing I'm not really happy with right now is this neck transition. I kind of wish it was a little bit smoother of a transition back here. And his neck feels way too far back. That feels better. There, now he doesn't feel so goofy. Gorsh. That feels better. Just a little lumpy back here. Drummer going crazy on the hi-hat. Okay, I think that is about gonna do it for today's stream, everybody. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for dropping by. See ya. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Take care. If once again, if you want my user interface and these brushes, you can always get them over at 3dcharacterworkshop.com. Scroll down about halfway, put in your name and email, and you can get these as well as my ruler file. And I teach an online course called the 3D Character Workshop. If you're interested in learning how to create characters like this one, I teach it in depth over there at the 3D Character Workshop. So thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful week. And I will see you next Monday. All right. Happy sculpting. Cheers. Out.